Many of you would have known by now that I did ask John Camber about those risky shots that he has been playing during the regional 4-day tournament. His response was that he could get out the next ball, so he doesn't necessarily see it as risky. At the end of the first test match on Friday, Ruston Chase was asked about the shot that John Camber played when he was dismissed. This was Ruston Chase's reply then.
John is a guy that plays those shots usually, so I won't be too hard on him. I mean, he even played one in the same innings before and it went for four. So I wouldn't come down too hard on him. He's a guy that likes to play positively, and that's one of his shots. And as I said, I can't come down too hard. It just didn't come off at that point in time.
Well, I can tell Ruston Chase that if he decide not to come down too hard on John Camber, Sammy should take matters in his own hands and have some serious word with John Camber. As it was yesterday, I was very glad, indeed extremely happy, that I was not doing the live watch along when Camber got out. I would have lost it. I would have gone bizarre if I was on the live watch along. After being well set on 40, he literally gave it away. Hello everyone, welcome to the number one cricket channel in the Caribbean as we go through the second session of the second day's play in the second test match live from Grenada with West Indies 110 for 3 as Brandon Kings come forward to the first delivery from Hazelwood and played it out into the offside. He's on 39. With him is the West Indies captain, Ruston Chase, who's on 16 from 37 deliveries. There are two slips and a gully, a sweep on the cover boundary, a mid-off, and a forward short leg as Hazelwood comes in over the wicket, bolts to King, and King play that into that big gap. And the fielder down on the cover boundary comes in, sends the return in to the keeper, at the bowler's end. One more to Brandon King. He moves up to 40. West Indies 111 for 3 in the second session of the second test match on day number 1. Please remember, I'm kindly asking you to show some appreciation. Slash a like on the video. Click on the thumbs up button and show some appreciation. I would really appreciate you hitting that like button as we seek to get these likes up to 50. In the meantime, I will take your comments for the time being, and as the stream goes on, there'll probably be a time when I stop taking the comment if the likes doesn't reach 50. Hazelwood to Chase, who's onto the front foot, probably off cock, probably never stretched right out as you would want him to be. That ball came back in. Nonetheless, it appears to come out of the middle of the bat. There it was. The stride wasn't right out, but nonetheless, he got the middle of the bat. 111 for 3 as I welcome you all back to the number one cricket channel in the Caribbean. Big up yourself, the champion Envoy 0.5 odd point out of South Africa. Always here with us. 3 slips on the gully goes down Hazelwood to Chase, and Chase is taken on the pad. Loud appeal. This will definitely be given. Oh, I'm surprised that was not given. Was that inside edge? Wow. That looked very close to me. That looked close. They are going up. Yeah, that looks very close to me. In all honesty, that looks very close. I think Hazelwood is saying, oh, he didn't give that. I think this Australian from South Africa, his mind is messed up because of last week, because that looks close to me. Back pad, unless there's an inside edge. Praying and hoping that there's an inside edge. It looks straight. Missing. It going over the top. You know, it's a good decision, though. That first replay, it's a good decision. It probably clipping the bails the most. I think it's a good decision. I think it's going over the top. So they burn another review here. I'm convinced that they burn another review. Boy, ratted him out. Wow. Wow. So Chase never came back out and started well at all. Just never started well. And so Chase goes leg before wicket. Once again, leg before wicket for 16. Just never came back out and started at all. He was still in the lunchroom. Still in the lunchroom, boy. Lunch over, Mr. Casanova. He was still in the lunchroom. For a moment, I thought it was going to be umpire's call or it was going over. Oh, that is not. You remember the first delivery that Chase faced? Because probably I need to look at this again. And I said that he never really pushed out. And it's going to be very interesting to see because he never really pushed out on that first delivery. And I would love to see. I would love to see this. I would love to see the replay because he never really pushed out. Yeah, he's gone, Envoy. Yes. I was looking at your comment, SOS Music Label, and I never saw that replay, but I hope they show it again. But I just think he never pushed out. The first delivery that he faced, you heard me said it, that he never pushed right out. And I think that's what happened. I would love to see the replay again. There's still a flaw in Chase technique with the incoming delivery, said SOS Music Label. I know if they always lose a wicket after lunch. I know it. They always lose a wicket after lunch, said Farid. Yes, and Azud is relentless with his line and length. So true, Envoy. Good point. Haz's bowlers are just so relentless, said Mr. Casanova. Yes, Azud to Hope defense back down the pitch. There is no run. 1 foot, 111 for 4. We need to get off Nelson, you know. And you remember in the first test match, there was someone who was saying that when Chase and Hope was batting, that we could break the Australians. And I did said to the person, no, you don't break the Australian. You never break the Australian. Never break them. Yeah, well, he didn't push out. Don't you see? He never push out, man. He never push out. And his line was out. His head was outside the line of the ball. And that can be corrected easily, you know. The commentators on the West Indies channel have been questioning Sammy, said Sheldon Smith. Andre Holmes said Nelson. Yeah, Nelson struck again, right? Yeah, Nelson, Andre Holmes. Nelson struck again. Hope work on how to play the incoming ball. Sheldon, what exactly are they saying about Sammy? What exactly are they saying about him? YX Tosa said they are just going to block and get out. Might as well just bat carefree and counter-attack. I don't agree with that approach. That's how you see it. Well, I can't tell a big man how to see things and how to express themselves, but that would not be my approach. That would not be my approach. If we continue giving away our wickets, we're not going to get 200, surely. They are concerned about his directives that if you cannot bat long, bat quick. That ball goes through to the keeper and there is no run. Thank you, Sheldon. The Cricket Forum, if Sammy is removed as coach, who do you think should replace him? I have always very careful, Envoy, very careful about how I view West Indies cricket. Persons can say many things about me. I will not name a replacement for Darren Sammy while he's still the head coach of the West Indies team. My position has always been, whether I agree that he should be the head coach or not, I have to support the head coach of the West Indies team. Not the person, but the position. So it has always been my position. It has always been my principle not to name a head coach while there's a present head coach. I don't do that. Webster over the wicket, 2 slips, goes down, balls to Brandon King, who looks to drive through the offside, inside edge to mid wicket, no run. 111 for 4. We're still on Nelson. We need to just come off Nelson. As I state the point. As I state the point there, Envoy, I'm not going to do that. Sheldon said something that they are questioning the directives that Sammy gave to the players, so that if they cannot bat long, they should bat quick. That's a fundamental, what do you call it? It goes back to my fundamental core principle, my fundamental beliefs why West Indies cricket, why West Indies batting is not improved. My fundamental belief is that you must achieve mastery in the basics. Forward come Brandon King, play it back down the offside of the pitch, and there's no run. 111 for 4 after 29.5. That is my fundamental belief. If you achieve mastery of the basic, you will now acquire the ability to bat long. And after acquiring that ability to bat long, your game will gradually evolve. And you will find yourself, because you have that solid foundation, you will now evolve into a productive batsman. So if the coach issue a directive that if you cannot bat long, you should bat quickly, on the face of it, I can understand it. But isn't that statement a reflection of the systematic lack of mastery of the basics of our players? Azud over the wicket, bowls to Hope, cover ups, and he plays it back down the offside of the pitch, and there is no run. It is hard for West Indies team to go forward because West Indians' backward mentality said SOS Music Labour. I do not understand that. SOS Music Labour. These guys love to bat together, so I hope they bat for 2 days. Yes, Mr. Casanova, that would be lovely. Shayop think that King is the best batsman in the world. So it would be good. There goes the well played Shayop. That's the inducker. That's the ball should have gotten a Shayop, and he played it well. Azud went for it, and he played it well. Well played. West Indies needs somebody to lead from the front and score 100 or more. Yes, but that is the end of the road. How do you get our batsmen to start scoring 100 and more? I've been saying it for past year, and I will continue to say it until somebody finally realizes that without mastery of the fundamental basics, we cannot evolve into better batsmen. Is by mastering the basic and doing the basic over and over and over and over again that you are going to evolve into better batsmen. You can't bat long if there's so many kinks in your armor. Hope leaves that alone outside the half stump as it goes through to the keeper. 111 for 4 after 30.5. Hope yet to get off the mark. Brandon King is on 40. My co-worker claims that Hope is the best batsman in the Caribbean. Mr. Casanova, is you saying so, man. I know that. Well, even if it's your co-worker saying so, I know that those are the same opinions that you have in the Caribbean. I hope you can see it today. Well, I really hope so, you know. Don't. Really hope so. Ezu to Hope. Hope defends again. Lovely. Lovely from Hope. It goes back down the half side of the pitch. Steve Simmet flicks it from ground to hand, and there is no run. One more to come in this 31st over. Need to get off 111. I definitely hope so, Mr. Casanova. West Indies is a team made up of friends instead of people who want to win. How do you determine that, Farim? How do you determine that? It isn't. Ezu to Hope, and Hope drives through the covers magnificently down to the boundary for 4. He just came on the front foot and he drove it off the hop. It wasn't an off volley, it was back of a length, and he drove it sweetly through the covers. Well, it wasn't all that sweetly though, but he got it away through the covers off the up. It wasn't the cleanest of strike. It came off the outer portion of the bat, and it bounced away down to the covers for 4. It was off the up, was back of a length. He's off the mark, he's on 4. West Indies 115 for 4. I'm so happy that we have come off the dreaded Nelson. So that's Webster to King. Is long forward and defense out into the offside. So please, we need to get the likes up now to 50. So we need to get the likes up to 50. Turn away, down back with a square leg. There's one question I want to respond to. Majority of white ball batsmen don't have the patience or the temperament to play Test cricket. False. Absolutely false. Absolutely false. There's no evidence of that whatsoever. None. That is absolutely false religion. Absolutely false. It's absolutely false. There's no evidence of that. That majority of white ball batsmen, there's absolutely no evidence of that. The reverse may well be the truth. A minority of them, but there's absolutely no evidence of that, really. There's no evidence of that. It's absolutely false. There's no way. There's nothing like that. It's false. So there's no way. Over the wicket, balls to Shea Hope, who driven this down to mid-off, and there's no run. He remains on 4. Brandon King on 41. It's 31 for 4. So let's click on that like button. We need to get these likes up to 50. There are a number of persons who prefer when I'm concentrating on the cricket and not switching between the comments and the cricket. So we need to get these likes up to 50 for a start. Over the wicket comes Hazelwood. Bowls to Hope, allows a wide one outside the half stump to go through. 116 for 4. 116 is it for 4. I'll give you the West Indies batting chart. Remember, if you are not seeing the thumbs up button, just click off the live chat. And when you click off the live chat, you will see the thumbs up button. Click on it. It doesn't take a second, and it shows appreciation for this live watch along. There are a number of persons in their workplace, as usual, in their cars, who are doing something that cannot watch the match and have tuned in to us all the time to get their update. After 32 overs, West Indies 116 for 4 with King on 41, with him Shai Hope on 4. Remind you that Australia made 286, so West Indies are actually 170 runs behind at this stage. However, King is on 4. Shai Hope, who many believes is the best batsman in the West Indies, and I really hope that he will justify that assumption today. So he's on 4, King is on 41, and so West Indies, who is average versus good length deliveries. Wow, and that shows up 10.9 runs. Here's Hazelwood over the wicket, bowls to King, and King is forward, played out into the offside, and goes through for another single because they left that offside open, and he is just able to tap it there and run some singles. So one more to King, 42 is. West Indies 117 for 4. Hope comes into strike to Josh Hazelwood. So I really think, what do you think about the John Campbell dismissal? Some persons think that he should not play again because he gave it away. In my WhatsApp group, a number of persons were saying that he should not play again. Hazelwood to Hope, and Hope turned this away to wide of mid on the fielder comes around, shied at the stump, backed up in the slip. One more to Hope, he moves up to 5. West Indies 118 for 4. Brandon King on 42 will come into strike. Live second test action, day 2, post-lunch session. West Indies looking to overall Australia 286. They are 118 for 4. 118 for 4 with Shai Hope and Brandon King at the crease batting. And so there is a dog on the field, and he's sitting down on the field. Interesting. How did a dog get into the stadium? Has a dog altered the cricket? How did a dog get into the stadium? This is going to be fun now, because they're going to be chasing him. This is going to be fun. I hope he wants to come off, because if he doesn't want to come off, this will be fun. How did a dog get into the stadium? How could that happen? Unbelievable. We have seen it all. He's on the pitch. Does he wants to come off? Let's hope he wants to come off. Things do happen. Well, he wants to come off. Well, he's getting... Oh, come on. Why are you trying to come at him? Let him come through the gate. Hazelwood. Over the wicket. Bowls to King, and King defends. That one kept low. The field, that forward short leg field, and there is no run. 118 for 4 after 32.3. So let's get these likes up to 50. $42 for King, 5 for Shai Hope, 118 for 4 West Indies after 32.3 overs. replying to Australia 186 on first innings. Azud over the wicket, bowls to King. King pulls high in the air down to deep mid wicket, over deep mid wicket, 6 runs. The security guard in trouble as the Coca-Cola sign there and the Powerade sign. So it was short and King punks on it. He moves up to 48. Oh, he moves up to 48. Back of a length goes Azud and King pulls it. It was right out of the screw, you know. I didn't miss the sweet spot. I would like to see it again. Well, if it missed the sweet spot and went that far, imagine if that came out of the sweet spot. The dog would have been in trouble. 124 for 4. 124 for 4. Azud is on his way to King, bowls to King, and King is forward in defense as the fast bowler pitched up the next delivery. And the West Indies number 4 was equally on his front foot as he blocked it down to mid-on for no run. 124 for 4, King on 48. Shai Hope is on 5. One delivery to come in over number 33. So let's watch now as Azud comes in to King. 2 slips on a forward short leg and he's solid in defense again as he played it to mid-off. He's oozing class, you know. He's oozing class. King is on 48 from 78 delivery. So the first wicket to go was Craig Brathwaite for a duck as he came onto the front foot and simply just tapped back the ball to the bowler Azud. Once again, his hands were way out in front of his pad, and Casey Carty, it was the same technical issue where Casey Carty got out. Again, his hands were in front of his pad, this time inside edge onto the pad, caught by the bowler, another bowler, and caught Pat Cummins doing a lot of work to take the catch at what you would call a short, straight mid-on, you know, and again, it was a similar thing. And then John Camber dismissal, you know, it was an incredible poor shot. And that's a mild, nice way to put it. But it was an incredible poor shot. Webster to Hope and Hope forward. There's a big gap between bat and pad. Nonetheless, it came out of the middle of the bat. It's 124 for 4. And then Ruston Chase again with his head outside the line of the ball. Nicked back. He was never in control. It nicked back. Given out on review after the Australian review. At the very first time, I thought it was dead plumb leg before. The first time I saw it from a front-on vision, I think it was going over the stump. But when you look at it from sideways, you realize that Chase actually never pushed out. Brewster to Hope, and Hope is forward and he blocks the inducker. Once again, well played, Shai Hope. Please remember to slash a like on the video. Just click on that subscribe button and share the content with your friends as we seek to get up to 50 likes. Remember, if you are not seeing the thumbs up button, just click off the live chat and you'll see the thumbs up button. Azud over the wicket. Bowls to Hope, and Hope allows the outswinger to go through to the keeper, and there is no run as that one touched down and seam away from the batsman, and it goes through for no run. So Hope is on 5. King is on 48. 33 overs have been bowled. West Indies 124 for 4 in reply to Australia 286. So here's Webster. He's going to come into bowl to Shai Hope, who's on 5. He's in, he bowls to Shai Hope, who clipped it away. Down to fine leg for a single, one more to the total. 125 for 4 after 33.4. Brandon King on 48. Shai Hope on 6. So West Indies looking good here. Well, 125 for 4. They need a good partnership here. But 125 for 4, we hope that these two will bat for a long while yet. And I love the look of Shai Hope. Really love the look of Sheo. Brewster to King, push the left pad, allows it to go through to the keeper, no run, as the Carey took 2 steps up as he realized that Brewster is a bit, is not coming through as high as Carey wants it. So I've clearly seen where in the last 2 matches that in the last 2 times that I saw Sheo batted, well, 3 times, well, it wasn't much in the second innings, you couldn't tell much, but in the last 2 times that he batted, it clearly that he works and defending that ball that comes into him. King beat outside the off stump as that one held its line from Webster and goes through. It never came back in as King was expecting, bat far from his pad, beat outside the off stump. 125 for 4 at the end of over number 35. So bat far from the pad as he just pushed the pad down the pitch and never pushed it across. And the bat was far as he followed it with his wrist. Luckily for West Indies, for his sake and West Indies, it never got an edge. So just going through I think I went through the West Indies batting card. Did I go through? Well, I think I told you how the batsmen got out, but I never actually tell you how many runs they made, right? So Brathwaite made 0. John Campbell made 40. And just as I was about to sit down and relax and say, yes, I'm going to watch John Campbell now, boy, he gave it away. Then Ruston Chase, just after lunch, he and King batted away until lunch, and we're looking good and we're looking comfortable. And again, just as I thought that here comes another good innings from the West Indies batsman, Chase goes. Stark is coming back into the attack to replace Azud. So they're doing quick, sharp spell today. It appears that no one is going to go long except for probably Lions and the Websters. Probably they don't use Chris Green. They probably don't see Chris Green as a bowler anymore. Starks to Hope, and Hope beaten on the inside edge. Was it the inside edge or the outside edge? Let's watch the replay as that is what I don't want to see Sheo doing, jumping to play that ball coming back into him. He's in trouble whenever he does that. When he kept his shape and he have a good base, he's able to play that delivery. He has played it well thus far, but is it that Starks 141 kilometers per hour delivery was a little too quick for him? Really need him to settle down and keep a firm base as some West Indies flags are handed out. Starks round the wicket, bowls to Sheo up. It comes off the tie pad. Let's wait on the signal. Could have some gloves in it, but I think tie pad. Gonna wait on the signal from the umpire. That was 142.3. The signal has not yet come. It came now. Led by Hope remains on 6. Brandon King on 48 comes into strike. So 48. He's on 48. That man having a lunch. He's clearly enjoying his lunch. Good for you, man. Good for you. Whatsoever he's having. That looks like some dumpling. Okay, cool. Wow. King on 48. Starks. He's round the wicket. 2 slips goes down. Ball to King. King flashed at it down to the boundary for 4. It peeled off the outside edge to the right of second slip. And that's his half century. So congratulations, Brandon King. First half century in his third test innings. Well played, young man. Well played. Make it a big one now. Make it a big one. So King is on 52. He pitched up by Stark. He drove and he drove hard. And it high over second slip down to the boundary for 4. Well played, man. Well played. If you're driving outside the half stump, flash hard. You hear about that all the while. When our opponent do it and get away with it, Stark comes into King and he drives. He's caught this time. Oh, off the bunks. Sorry, off the bunks. The gully. Again, it peeled off the outside edge, but off the bunks, Green make a good stop. Outside the half stump again, drive, hands well out in front of his body. Hope needs to go down to him and tell him to leave those alone, King. You have too many shots to be chasing the game. Too many shots. You have too many shots to be chasing the game. Allows the game to come to you. Allow those that they go through. Stark comes in, balls to King down the leg side, through to the keeper. There is no run. So please remember, just slash a like on the video. Click on that thumbs up button. Click off the live chat and you'll see the thumbs up button, slash on it. It doesn't take a second and it shows appreciation. If you really like what I'm doing, that's the best way to do it. And I would like to think that you like what I'm doing. That's why you are here. So please show some appreciation. 134 for 4. Starks. Round the wicket, balls to King, and King drives, stop that cover, no run. 130 for 4 at the end of the over. 35 overs have been bowled. King on 52. Hope is on 6. West Indies 130 for 4. As I saw King play that shot that peel off the outside edge and dropped in front of Gully, and I saw the comment that Sheldon made, said that Darren Sammy had said, if you can't bat long, bat quickly. And I wonder if that's what was going through King's head when he flashed at that wide ball. Is he saying to himself, I'm not going to stay here long enough, so I'm just going to score as many as possible? And that's why I found the statement, if it is true, because I've not heard it myself, if it is true, I found it very disturbing. Inside edge onto his pad, Shea Hope, as Brew Webster, is it that continues? Yes, I think it's Brew Webster. This is a long spell from Webster, I think. So why don't bowl Lyon? Inside edge onto his pad. So please slash a like on the video. Really would like to get the interactions going. Webster to Hope. Hope down the leg side, through to the keeper, no run. It's 130 for 4. We're in the afternoon session. It's 19 minutes past 12 Jamaica time, which would be 19 minutes past 12, past 1 in Grenada. As they show you, 7 4s and 1 6s, 1 6 from Brandon King. Webster to Hope over the top, 1 bounced over the rope for 4. Webster pitched up and Hope climbed into that one and hit it over the top for 4. This is the last over for Webster. Just climb into that and hit it over the top for 4. Need to slash a like on the video for that shot. So he just stepped forward and just hit it over the top for 4. Came onto the front foot and drove it over the top for 4. So West Indies 134 for 4 now. Webster, 2 slips, comes in, bowls to Hope, and Hope is solid in defense, plays that out into the offside, and there is no run. So just hitting it over the top. The weight going back and then ensuring that he get under the ball. So that was a good shot there by Shea Hope. 35.4 overs have been bowled. West Indies 134 for 4. Webster to Hope down the leg side, turn it away, down back with a square leg to the right of the umpire. They touchdown for 1. And King said, do you want 2? Hope said, yes, I'm coming back. And so they came back for 2. 136 for 4 now. Hope moves up to 12. West Indies trail by 150. We're in session number 2 on day 2 of the second test match between West Indies and Australia. Remind you that yesterday Australia made 286 all out, with Alzarri Joseph being the pick of the bowlers. What a lovely delivery from Brew Webster as Shai Hope came forward and it leaves him and goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. 136 for 4 at the end of over number 36. So West Indies exactly 150 runs now behind. 150 runs behind. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate your company. Thank you for being here. And we appreciate bringing it live to you. So we really need now to dig in now and show some mental resilience. King is on 52 and looking very well. Shai Hope is on 12. West Indies trail by 150. A beautiful harbor there in Grenada. Some yacht there. That's the port. That's the port road. It looks like the port road. Here is Starks round the wicket. He bowls to King down the leg side. I always worried about those shots, not King. Sorry. Yes, King. Both of them looks alike. Both batsmen looks alike, Their King is a little taller than Hope. So England made 407 and India 63 for 1 in their second innings. Leading by 243. And we are still in day 3. This match has progressed a lot. One thing I know, England not declaring before close of play tomorrow. England not declaring. India, they're not declaring. They're not declaring and give England less than 500. Turn away by King down to square leg. And they go through for a single. They are appealing, but I think that came off the bat. That one definitely missing. Are they going to review it? Well, we are not seeing, but that one definitely was, even if it never came off the bat, it was going down the leg side. My thought that it came off the bat, which still appears so. It definitely looked like it came off the bat. So Stark round the wicket. He comes in, bowls to Brandon King, and King turned that into the onside, and there's no run. The score remains at 136 for 4. So the relentless, I think someone earlier in the chat had said the West Indies bowling attack is relentless. Please remember to slash a like on the video. Still only at 69. We need to do better than that. Only at 69. Over 200 person watching, and we are only at 69 likes. 266 person watching. We can do better than that. Show some love, show some appreciation, right? And hit on that thumbs up button. King turned that down the leg side. Again, there's no run. It came from the pad. 136 for 4. As I always said, if you are not seeing the thumbs up button, just click off the live chat and you'll see the thumbs up button. Click on it and then you can come back to the live chat. So let's get it up to 100, please, as we approach 12:25 in Kingston, Jamaica. Thank you all for tuning into this watch along. We always appreciate you being here. West Indies looking to wrestle the initiatives from Australia. King is on 52. Starks bowls to him. He's turned this away through mid-wicket. They go for 1, and King is interested in the second this time, or is it Hope? Hope is interested in the second this time, but head was onto the ball, and King said, stay your ground. He moves up to 53. That's Brandon King. Shai Hope on 12 will come into strike. West Indies 137 for 4 after 36.5 overs. They trail Australia by 149 runs at first innings. On this, the second day of the second test match, live from Grenada. So Starks round the wicket, balls to Shea Hope, and Shea Hope steer this away down towards where a backward point would be. Chris Green comes to his right while the sweep on the cover boundary comes in. One more to the total. 138 for 4 at the end of over number 37. 138 for 4 at the end of over number 37. West Indies replying to Australia 286. And how wonderful was our fast bowlers yesterday. Once again, our fast bowlers continue to stand out. Jaden Seals, 14 overs, 3 maiden, 2 for 45. Shamar Joseph, 15 overs, 2 maiden, 1 for 63. And what was impressive about Shamar Joseph yesterday? Let's go to Alzarri Joseph. 15.5 overs, 3 maiden, 4 for 61. He was the pick of the bowlers. And you realize that the first innings in Barbados, Seals was the pick of the bowlers. Second innings in Barbados, Shamar Joseph was the pick of the bowlers. First innings in Grenada, Alzarri Joseph was the pick of the bowlers. So the wicket continues to share around our bowlers. And not because a bowler have a half day, we should drop him, because every bowlers have a half day, and it's not every day a bowler is going to get 5-4 or 4-4. We need to appreciate that and look at their contribution in a more tangible way. So we are 8 away from the 100 likes. So we can get there soon. So there's a slip, a leg slip, and a forward short leg for Hope as Lions comes into the attack. Hope defense to forward short leg, and there is no run. 138 for 4. So I was going to say arguable, but I remember that the Indian half spinner is no longer playing. Hope on the back foot again, turn this through mid-wicket, and they will get one. As Labuschagne is on the field, he's always on the field. Always on the field. Always on the field. The West Indies captain should stop this. While Labuschagne always on the field. Always. Always on the field. He's one of the better fielders in Australia. Somehow they get him on the field at all time. Lions bowls to Hope deep in his crease and King work it down to long on for 1. So the score goes up now to 140 for 4. King is on 54. Shea Hope comes back into strike. He's always on the field. Ruston Chase need to put a stop to it and say, we are not allowing your substitute. Yeah, I play the cricket hard. Lions to Hope down the pitch, and he hit it in the air, down towards long on. Well, there was a fielder there. I never knew there was a fielder there. So Hope used his feet and hit it down to long on. They got a singer. He's on 15, 141 for 4. King is on 54. West Indies 141 for 4. Down the pitch. And he deliberately goes onside. Surprise, surprise. Surprise. Lion round the wicket. He bowls to King, and King's forward and drives to the man at mid-off, and there's no run. Yes, I was going to say arguably the best off spinner in the world, but I remember that Ashwin is no longer playing, so it's not arguable. He is the best off spinner in world cricket at the moment. Definitely the best. Here's Lions. Round the wicket, bowls to Brandon King, who's off the back foot. Beat the dive of the man at cover. He's going out towards the boundary. They're gone for 1. They come back for 2. It's a long chase. The ball wins 4 runs. Brandon King moves up to 58. 145 for 4. Shea Hope is on 15. After 38 overs, West Indies are 145 for 4. And that is significant for me, you know. I don't know how many of you it is significant for, but it's very significant for me that we have now crossed the halfway point of the Australian total. And that is significant for me. This is a good batting pitch now, you know. It's a very good batting pitch. And there's no reason why these two batsmen should have second down, buckle down, and bat long. There's no reason for that. They have seen everything that Australia has to throw at them. Well, they haven't really seen our Lions yet, but they should be able to see our Lions comfortable. He did ask some questions before lunch. So Starks to continue. He's going to bowl to Shai Hope. He's on his way now to Shai Hope. 2 slips on a gully. Round the wicket, bowls to Hope. Hope defends into the offside. King call him through for a quick single. Green at gully cannot prevent the single. 146 for 4. Shai Hope moves up to 16. Brandon King on 58 comes into strike. So, good strike rate this from the West Indies. Good run rate, 3.83 in test match. Stark in his 10th over. None for 41 thus far. Where the Australian are in their 39th over. Just one delivery ball in that 39th over. So please remember, we are at 98 likes. Just 2 away. Starks round the wicket, bowls to King down the leg side. Carey collects. The score remains at 146 for 4. 146 for 4. So I remember the thumbnail said wind is in front. Are we in front? What you think? It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. As 146 for 4. Starks round the wicket to bowl to Brandon King, and Brandon King taken and the family jewel, and Shai Hope call him through for a singer as the ball goes down to third man. Leg by signal, although it hit him and the family jewel. Grenada more. I'm not seeing that. Yeah, another stitch saying there. I'm not seeing that. So 147 for 4, West Indies. King is on 58. Shai Hope is on 16. Comes into strike now. He's round the wicket. He bowls to Hope. That's Stark. And Hope driven this down to long on. It's going to run very close to the boundary. Pat Cummins lumbered after it. But there's another fielder who gave chase who looked more sprightly. Is that Labuschagne? Is that Labuschagne? That's why he should come off the field, because if he was not on the field there, we'd have gotten 3. Rust and Chase need to not give them the substitute. Hope nonetheless moves up to 18. 149 for 4, West Indies. Stark comes in now to Shai Hope. Round the wicket, bowls to Hope, and Hope drives, peel off the outer portion of the bat. Down to the man on the backward point boundary for a singer. He sends a wayward return in. Carey had a lot of work to do. Nonetheless, he gathered it. Probably where a forward short leg would have been. 150 for 4, West Indies. King on 58 will come into strike. This will be the final delivery of Stark 10th over. Final delivery. A Stark 10th over. Please remember, slash a like on the video. As we watch Starks round the wicket to bowl to Brandon King, and he drives, missing outside the half stump. It's through to the keeper, and there is no run. And it's beaten outside the half stump. Brandon King came on the front foot. He drove at it, beaten outside the half stump, through to the keeper. 40 overs have been completed. West Indies looking to put back the pressure on Australia here. And maybe one would say that West Indies are just ahead now at this time. Yes, is that pink or red? What? I should have been there because she's obviously singer, said Mr. Casanova. Well, so good banter going on in the chat. Good to see that you guys are having a good time in the chat. Lovely to see that. So the next test match coming up, starting in Jamaica next weekend. I heard that more or less things are in place. You only say lockdown and they're waiting on the match. There's still work going on. you know, in these things, you're never ready until the actual day. No matter how you try your best to be ready, it appears that you're never ready. But there shouldn't be an issue. The lights are good. I heard that there's a little, for the vast majority of Sabina Park, what I'm hearing is that the light is above the international standard. But there's a little spot in front of the Kingston Pavilion. Lions round the wicket, balls to Hope on the back foot, defense out into the offside. A little spot in front of the Kingston Pavilion that they need to refocus to get it up. So the lights were installed by some English persons, so they will be back in the island on Monday to sort that out. Philip Baines don't think that West Indies is ahead. I think so, but that's okay. Every one of us entitled to our own assessment and give our own opinion. So nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with you not thinking so, but I think so. And again, it's different opinion. Good going, West Indies, said Pascal Williams. Down the leg side here, and Hope looks to turn that one. So John P, Nicol, and Charlie X in the house. Tony is in the house also. Good afternoon to you all. Good to see John P. Nicol. I think John P. Nicol have broken into the top 5 now. Sheldon is probably number 1. Welcome, Kartik. I appreciate it, man. Welcome. And share the channel with more of your friends and ask them also to subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. I almost sure that Sheldon Smith has now taken over the number 1 fan on the channel. Almost sure of it. Lions balls to Hope off the back foot and played out into the offside as the ball turns away from him. Was that the Dusra? So 150 for 4. Pascal Williams said, Hope is batting defensive, said Sherwin. So what's wrong with that? Hope off the back foot, hit this to backward point. It traveled a long way in the air, but it got to him on the bounce and there's no run. What is wrong with that, Sherwin, if he's batting defensive? Mr. Casanova said, nice going. Pascal Williams believe that Williams are ahead of this game. I think so too, but we appreciate if someone who think that we are not ahead, you respect those person's views, but you disagree, so I know that persons will think that we are not ahead. That's fine with me, but I think that we are ahead. So West Indies 150 for 4. So Cummins to continue. So Charlie X is saying, nothing wrong with trusting your defense. Just need these two to dig in. Absolutely. 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 I don't know why I don't know what's wrong with being defensive. I don't know what's wrong. Cummins to King. King steered this into the offside and goes through for a single. And it's so... You wonder, because the man is at 19 from 38 deliveries. That's a strike rate of 50, That's a strike rate of 50. You wonder. If he bats long enough, if he bats another 50 ball, assure he'll score about 35 runs from those 50 balls. And then that will automatically increase the strike rate. Even if he bats another 38 balls and score another 19 runs, he'll be on 38, and that would have been another 19 runs. And by the time he bats that other 38 balls, you will find that he started to score more freer. So Just relax, Sherwin, man. I'm disappointed. I don't think you're understanding the cricket, Sherwin. I don't think so. Cummins bowls to Hope. Hope turn it to forward short leg, and there is no run. 151 for 4. I think now it's a level playing field. That one gone. Valerie, welcome. 300 of us, 309 of us watching, and only 103 likes. That's not showing appreciation, Valerie. Definitely not showing appreciation. We can do a little better than that, eh? Yeah, we can do much better than that. Definitely can. And as I always said, if you are not seeing the thumbs up button, you just click off the live chat and you just click on the thumbs up button, and that's how you show your appreciation. It doesn't take a second. Cummins to Shea Hope, and Hope has to be on that front foot as Cummins look to bowl him through the gate. So he has to be working hard here, Cummins, Shea Hope, to keep it out. And I'm very happy for that, you know. I'm very happy to see that he's working hard on it. Very, very happy. Very happy. So, I say, Kartik is saying that we missed the big bird. Yes, you remember those days? Yes. Yes, man. Cummins is on his way. Bowl to Shea Hope. Shea Hope down the pitch and hit this off the hub through the covers. Steve Smith is giving chase, and they'll come back for 2 surely. And he moves up to 21. So using his feet there, coming down the pitch to Cummins to ensure that he just put Cummins off his length, you know, because Cummins is hitting the kerchief. He just keep on hitting that kerchief, and bringing back the ball into Shea Hope, and Shea Hope now, you know, decided that, you know, this is the approach that I'm going to take. And he drives it off the up. 2 slips on a gully, forward short leg, ball to Hope, driven to mid-on, and there is no run. 153 for 4 at the end of over number 41. Hope recognizes weakness and work on it. And that's what we want, Mr. Casanova, don't. And it shows that those who are saying that a player can't improve after a certain age are dead wrong again. You know, I always tell them that they are wrong, that you are never too old to learn. You're never too old to learn, whether cognitive or motor. Maybe when it comes to motor, you learn a little slower, but you can still learn. So, Valerie and John P. Nicol, everyone having a good time. Kartik, that's not what did Kartik said. Once we go at 3.5 runs and over, I'm fine. Yes, Sheldon, I just think Sherwin missed the boat. Yeah, you know, I don't think Sherwin really understand the cricket sometime, you know. I think Sherwin, the intricacies of the cricket, no, Sherwin doesn't get it. TNT Sports carrying it 2 once we got. Indeed, the in-swinger was Shea Hope weakness, said Charlie X. All-time, Oldin and Viv. I don't know why we're going to Oldin and Viv, Tony. We have a test match here with King and batting, and we're going to Oldin and Gig. And we're going to Oldin and Viv. Given the caliber of wickets remaining, I would give Windies the nod of being ahead at this time, Mr. Brown. JMT Border, welcome to the show. Yeah, I'm giving Windies the edge of being ahead, you know. And I think that it's a good pitch to bat on. It's just that it's high quality bowling, and we have to be zoning in. Ha ha ha. I was asking Tony who was the GOAT. Okay, okay, Kartik. Sorry, I never saw it. It had a flashback. 3.5 runs for us against Australia is very good. Yes, Mr. Casanova. I think, yeah, man. I think the only person who don't see that is Sherwin. Sherwin was the only person who don't see it. So I have done my 1 hour spell, so thank you for tuning in. I will be back for the last hour. So that will be about 3:30 Jamaica time, which is 4:30 in the Eastern Caribbean. So see you then for the last hour of the day's play. Bye for now, and wish when we come back, there will be no further loss. Take care of yourself and your loved ones.